Hey YouTube, so they just gave us information on the new banners. We have Nilo and Albedo with their respective 4-stars. They are gonna have Barbara, Xiangling, and Beidou on them. Those characters are pretty old, so I imagine that a lot of people already have them C6. But if you don't, Xiangling is one of the best 4-stars. Beidou is an amazing 4-star character. Barbara is probably gonna be an amazing support for Nilo. So I think this banner is pretty nice if you still need those 4-star characters. If you don't, Nilo still looks really amazing. They posted her moveset on Twitter and they also showed it in a live stream, so you can already look at a few of her skills, and in 2 days you can check her out in her trial. But you can also watch on my stream. I'm definitely gonna pull for Nilo, so feel free to check that one out. So they also showed us the new weapon banner, and it will have 2 swords on it, which is amazing because we have 2 sword characters obviously on the banners, but also 2 new 4-star weapons, and the sacrificial bow with Dragonsbane and Pain Slasher. Let's ignore the Pain Slasher for now, but the new weapons look amazing. I'm gonna show them to you in a second, but the new 5-star weapon is also really amazing. Those 2 weapons are literally gonna be Nilo's 2 best weapons, most likely from what we've seen so far, because she's gonna be HP scaling. Jade Cutter gives you a nice HP boost and a lot of crit rate, and the new weapon gives you an HP boost, so she's probably gonna be really relying on high HP and some pretty okay base attack with some nice EM buffs. So those 2 weapons are really going to be amazing for her. If you get Nilo, this weapon banner is amazing for you. Normally I will say, hey, weapon banners, they're kind of sketchy. You're probably gonna get the wrong weapon or even an off banner weapon. But on this weapon banner, yeah, getting off banner would be very unlikely and unlucky. But if you get one of those on banner weapons and have Nilo, it's gonna be an amazing combination for you. And I'm gonna go for this weapon banner and try to get one of those 2 weapons for Nilo. And honestly, I don't know how amazing she is right now, but I think both of those weapons are gonna be amazing on her. So they gave us some info on the new 4-star sword and on the new 4-star catalyst and on the 5-star weapon as well, on which materials you might need. And the 4-star weapons are actually really awesome. So the sword gives you EM as the 2nd stat with 510 attack, which is pretty good. It's actually really solid for something like Kazuha or Cookie maybe. And the bonus is really amazing. So on like R1, if you get 1k EM on Cookie or Kazuha, you really have to stack EM to use this weapon. But if you get 1k EM, you're gonna have 36 ER on your char as well, and 11% for all of your teammates, which is just amazing on a support character like Kazuha or Cookie. And if you somehow get this thing to R5, it gives you 72 ER on your char if you have 1k EM. That's more than a Favonius or Sacrificial Sword while still giving you EM. That is straight up amazing. And while it's doing that, it still gives your teammates a very nice 11 ER on top of that. Now the catalyst is pretty awesome for an elemental mastery scaling catalyst, like for example Sucrose and maybe future Dendro characters actually. Because if you have like 1k EM, you really have to stack EM for this weapon to work. That's like the main takeaway from those weapons, right? But if you have that much EM on this weapon, it also gives you attack, which is pretty strong actually. And it also gives attack to your teammates. It's like a little Bennett buff essentially. And the attack buff is not that bad, and with more Constellation, it gets even better basically. So pulling for this 4-star weapon alone is also really good. You don't even have to go for the 5-star essentially. Now for the 5-star weapon, this weapon seems pretty niche, but also really good if you have the right character. So unlike Cookie or Nilo, this weapon would be really good. It's probably Nilo's best in slot, and it's probably also the new best weapon for Cookie because it gives you HP and also EM, which is really awesome for Cookie Shinobu. And it gives you a lot of HP at that. And for your HP, it gives you another boost to EM, which is really awesome for those two characters. If you get up to like 60k HP, you're gonna get per stack 72 EM, which is pretty solid, considering you can get 3 stacks, which would be 216 total for only 60k HP. And with this weapon, you can probably get up to 70k with 66% HP, 20% HP again. And if you invest completely into HP, it is possible, you know. And then it also gives you, for let's say 60k HP on your character, 120 EM to your teammates, to all of them, which is really good for your Dendro reactions, or at least Hydro reactions if you have Nilo, or let's say Electro reactions when you have Cookie. And this weapon is basically more of a support or sub DPS weapon, is what I'm guessing. I mean, if you scale off HP on your attacks, then you're probably gonna do a lot of damage as well. But with the EM boost for your team and yourself, it's more of a reaction than a main DPS kind of weapon. But maybe that's kind of the playstyle for Nilo, so I can see this weapon being really awesome for Nilo, maybe even Cookie. So this weapon banner is actually really good with the 2 4-star weapons that you might want to get. Even one 10-pult, you might be able to get the 5-star or one of those 4-star weapons, which are pretty good on a few characters. Like I said, Cookie, maybe Sucrose, the Catalyst, Kazuha. I think the sword is going to be really good on Kazuha, like I said, and on Nilo as well. So yeah, I think this weapon banner is actually really crazy, and the character banner is also really good. I'm gonna link my Twitch in the description because I'm going to be streaming when Nilo and this weapon banner releases, and I'm gonna pull for Nilo and also the weapon banner. So if you want to check that one out, link is in the description. And also, please, if you watched till now, consider subscribing. I'm trying to upload a little bit on this channel and trying to grow. I'm also trying to grow on Twitch at the same time. So if you like the video, the information and stuff, consider subscribing or liking, commenting, you know, the usual stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.